Hello there, viewers. Welcome to live chat. This week's second live chat. Thanks for joining. Let me welcome the participants. Then two main topics in this interaction with the viewers. Simon Tisfai, welcome to you, Simon. Simon is the first viewer who commented today. Simon is a relatively new participant in live chats. Am I right, Simon? I did not see you in live chats last year or even earlier this year. FTS Union joined too. Welcome, FTS. Dark Star, always quick to ask questions. Greetings, he says. How are you, Dark? He says, how does Jawar plan to win the election given his limited support outside Oromia, his reputation as a divisive ethno-centrist, and Abi's better support in areas beyond Oromia? Greeting, Mr. Sajid Oromticha says. Shumit Kifalio says, good evening, sir. A comment, it is not near Addis Ababa, it is in Addis Ababa. Well, I'll talk about it too if it is in Addis Ababa. So far, it's near Addis Ababa. African Star says, happy to see you live here, Sajid. Thank you, African Star. Happy to see you too. Simon was John Spencer. Oh, yeah, you changed your name. I remember John Spencer. Muni Muni joined too. Welcome, Muni Muni. We have peace to the world too. I like this name. Jafar Jamal, assalamu alaikum. We have Mira Korchich. Mira is a new member. Mira became a member just this week. Mira became a member. So he's the newest member of My Views on News. If you want to be a member, you can click the link given in description section of this live chat or description section of videos. He says, you got another member here, been watching your report for more than 2 years. You are my go-to news channel. Thank you, Mira. Ethio joined to Muni Muni says, any news about Java today? By the way, I was just, before starting live chat, I was watching Jawar's speech in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is his second stop of his tour of Europe. His first stop was Nuremberg, Germany, where he inaugurated his book. Second stop was in Netherlands today. I did not find the crowd, the numbers very impressive in Netherlands today. In Germany, there was a huge crowd to welcome Jawar. Inside, outside the venue, there was a large number of people. I think that type of crowd is missing in Amsterdam. I don't know what Jawar said. I don't know the local languages, but I can see the numbers, the number of people who attend gatherings. So I'm seeing a decline in Jawar's attendees. Those who watched, those who are watching Jawar's appearance, maybe they can correct me if I'm wrong. General Komsa says, what biased reporting against Ethiopia do you have for us today? Pakistani Fano. Well, Somalis accuse me of being anti Somali. Some Somalis. Fano say you are Abi's asset. Komsa calls me Pakistani Fano. Eritreans, government supporters call me anti Sasevaki, anti Eritrea. So, how can Sajid be all that, whatever you attribute to me? It means that you need to review your understanding of my views, my reporting as well. Miraj says, what is happening in Djibouti? I think there is parallel meetings. Yeah. Muni says Sajid is anti-Horn of Africa. Yeah, that's right, Muni. This is the way to describe, perhaps. Everything is covered now. I am now anti-Fano, anti-Abi, anti-Ola, anti-Ethiopia, anti-Somalia, anti-everyone. So you can go on anti-Horn of Africa. Come on. Just one quick response to a comment. It was by Dark Star. Question basically is this question was asked in last live chat too. He said, "How will Jawar win an election outside Oromia if he manages to return?" Well, firstly, I think Oromia matters more. If Jawar somehow gains majority in Oromo, he can find allies in other parts of Ethiopia. I don't think PP will sweep across Ethiopia. I mean, in Tigray, there is no PP. So Tigray won't be won single-handedly by PP. In some other regions too, PP has limited presence. Jawar could find allies. And I think Oromia has the largest share in the parliament in terms of numbers. So Oromia matters, I believe. Uh, Later allies can be found. So it's not that it's not doable for Jawar or any other one, any other politician from Oromia. It's not that only PP can win the election. No, we could see some if we could see some surprises if election is held in a transparent manner. We could see setbacks. We could see setbacks to ruling party. We could see upsets as well. But if election is held in a controlled manner, then obviously PP will win. Our stories in today's live chat. Firstly, what is happening in Djibouti? I did a video. I told you about Hassan Sheikh's arrival there. A senior Ethiopian leader has also arrived in Djibouti. Aman Washe joined to welcome Aman. Aman is also a member. Special welcome to you, Aman. Secondly, OLA, Oromo Liberation Army, Komsa Dereba, is intensifying its new operation. It has upped the ante, you can say. And today it claimed to have disrupted Ethiopia Djibouti highway and railway service. Secondly, it attacked a prison in southern Ethiopia. Thirdly, carried out an attack very close to Addis Ababa. Second attack by OLA close to Addis Ababa in the last few days. FTS says, has ENDF responded to OLA cutting off railway? Well, the railway and highway link is being cut off and restored. It's happening uh, off and on, you can say, since yesterday. It's not that the road or railway line is under OLA control. No forces are deployed there reportedly. But OLA fighters, you know how they fight. They're guerrilla fighters basically. So they uh, carry out attacks to disrupt the movement. They're not interested in taking control of the highway or the railway line, but they have managed to disrupt the flow, you can say. I think they'll continue their attacks because issue matters. If railway line and highway are cut off, that could hurt Ethiopian government, Ethiopian economy. That could hurt Addis Ababa as well. I think they'll try to hit the lifeline of Ethiopian economy more if they can. Ola are under pressure, by the way. Comes Addis Ababa. It wants to prove that it's intact, that it's still strong. It is not weak. That is why it is conducting parallel offensive operations in southern, central, western parts of Romania. Let's have a look at this story first, Ola. They carried out an attack on industrial zone in Dokam a few days ago. And today they claim to have carried out an attack near Bishafto. Bishafto is not very far away from Addis Ababa, maybe 60, 70 kilometers away from Addis. Bishafto is situated. And there they claim that a convoy of Prosperity Party leaders and security officials was ambushed by Oromo Liberation Army fighters. Regional police officials, Prosperity Party members were traveling when Ola carried out this ambush attack. They did not share details of the casualties, but they say that several were killed. Government has not released any statement so far. Let's wait to see. But Ola's activities near Addis Ababa are intensifying. Will they try to enter Addis? Ola does have its sleeper cells in Addis. Ola has been operating in Ethiopia for years, so it should be surprising for anyone if you come to know that Ola has some of its agents, its sleeper cells in Addis Ababa. When will the Ola activate its sleeper cells? I remember 2 years ago, I learned about Ola's assassination squads operating in Addis Ababa, or at least they're being organized in Addis Ababa. So you could see assassinations in Addis Ababa because I know for over 2 years that they have been trying to establish their small assassination squads in the capital city. Let's see. Shafo joined, who says Abi won't survive 2025. Well, what makes you conclude this, Shafo? Is it just a wishful thinking, or do you have any sound argument? What makes you say that? Peace and love joined too. Welcome, peace and love. Simon says, what is the shortest amount of time a leader has stayed in power in East Africa in general? Well, you are right. I know what you're saying, that leaders don't go easily in East Africa, whether it's Djibouti, Somalia, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Sudan, and they have to be overthrown, whether they hold elections or they seize power by force. but they have to be overthrown. This is how leaders in this part of the world are removed. See how Umar al-Bashir was removed. Uh, uh, how EPRDA was dismantled. You know that. Uh, Kenya, better model, I believe. Somaliland, better model. Somalia is on its way to conduct. Uh, Thank you, Mooney, for buying the super chat sticker. Somalia is it is a long way to go when it comes to holding elections, really democratic elections. It's fighting for introduction of one person, one vote system. Long way to go because regional states are opposing it. But yes, what you're saying makes sense that rulers don't go easily. They don't depart easily in this part of the world. Ethio says, what is the likelihood of Ethio-Eritrea war in 2025? Well, firstly, war is not something to be waited for. It is something to be averted, I believe. So if we analyze the possibilities of war, main purpose is that we want to share our understanding with the people so that the war could be averted. Because you saw what happened during Tigray war. You know what is happening in Amhara region. And you people have seen so many wars, internal, external, that you know that war only brings misery. It only brings suffering. It does not lead to any winners. Everyone is a loser, basically, at the end of a war. Uh, what good came out of Tigray war? Nothing. 500,000, maybe more than that, people died. Ethiopian economy uh, took uh, a back gear. So nothing happened through this war which could be described as good for the people, for the country. If Ethiopia war breaks out, definitely it would be a disaster. Any possibility? Well, possibility can only be analyzed on the basis of developments on the ground. I don't build analysis in the air. I try to base my analysis on the information which I get, which I make videos about. Then I try to piece together the information and reach a conclusion. Yes, tensions are there, hostility is there, diplomatic tension very visible, no de escalation so far. But to say that a war is about to break out in coming days, weeks, or months, no. Once signs are there, then I think we should talk about it. By the way, one comment about Assab. Moni, others are mentioning Assab. People say that Assab is the real meal. What Ethiopia is talking about in terms of access to sea, basically it wants Assab, and at some point in future, it will go for Assab. If you ask me, if this is the policy of Ethiopian government, of PMRB, that it wants to go for Assab in near future, it would be suicidal. suicidal for the Ethiopian government, no matter who is in power. Why? Because even the diehard, the most vocal critics of Eritrean government, they will defend their land if Ethiopia invaded Eritrea. Yes, some of our elements could support Ethiopia, but the entry of Ethiopian boots on Eritrean soil could be suicidal for Ethiopia. People build imaginary scenarios saying that it's just a few kilometers away from Ethiopian border. Ethiopian forces can march easily towards Assab, and it would be difficult for Eritrea to mobilize its military all the way from Asmara or Massawa towards Assab. When nations have the will to fight back, they fight back, no matter how long the distance is. Eritrea knows very well that why is Eritrea so active to form an alliance against Ethiopia? It knows that maybe tomorrow Ethiopia could reclaim Assam. Eritrea is not sleeping. Its military is not sleeping. That is why this adventure should never be tried by any Ethiopian government, I believe. Uh, um, those who are vocal supporters of the case for Assad won't like my comments, but this is what I can say. Now, but secondly, let's talk a little about what is happening in Djibouti, then we'll end the light chat. No official announcement, but it seems there could be trilateral dialogue in Djibouti. Hassan Sheikh, the president of Somalia, landed in Djibouti today. He was invited by Djibouti's president Ismail Umar. At the same time, we saw the arrival of Ethiopian Minister of Foreign Affairs in Djibouti. Gideon Timotheus is in Djibouti as well. So we could see either parallel meetings between Djibouti and Ethiopia, Djibouti and Somalia, or we could see direct meeting between Ethiopia and Somalia, mediated by Djibouti. Gideon Timotheus could meet with Hassan Sheikh in the presence of Djibouti's President Ismail Omar. So far, no official announcement, but I think it will happen. Djibouti does not want its customer, Ethiopia, to divert all its imports, exports to the port in Somalia or Somaliland. And Djibouti managed to thank you, Shafo, for buying the super chat sticker. Djibouti has been opposing the MOU with Ethiopia and Somaliland from day one. MOU could not be implemented. Now, Djibouti will try to ensure that if Ethiopia and Somalia reach an agreement about port access, then Djibouti gets its share as well. So it is trying to mediate, basically, it's trying to secure its share in retaining Ethiopian cargo. It offered, the Jora port to Ethiopia a few months ago. Djibouti's foreign minister, Muhammad Ali Yusuf, said that Ethiopia can exclusively use the Jora port. Ethiopia has not so far rejected or accepted Djibouti's offer. So we'll have to wait to see what happens in Djibouti. Last night, I told you about what happened at UN Security Council meeting, where Somalia clearly said that Ethiopian troops are not needed in Somalia, that Somalia can take care of its security needs by Thank you, Beniam Alimayo, for buying the super chat sticker. That Somalia can take care of its needs on its own. But so far, no official announcement has been made about the names of countries which will contribute to the new peacekeeping mission in Somalia. And the withdrawal of ENDF from Somalia has not begun so far. It means that in one or the other form, Ethiopian military will stay in Somalia. But Somalia rejected Ethiopian narrative at UN Security Council yesterday. Jula has been saying that it is Ethiopia which is keeping the government in Somalia intact. Otherwise, Al Shabaab could take over. Somalia said, no, we don't need you. We don't need you. You can leave. We can run our country. We can manage our affairs on our own. So definitely, it was embarrassing for Ethiopia. But we could see some sort of agreement about limited Ethiopian presence, military presence in Somalia. For Life says, what happened to Somaliland MOU? Nothing happened. It's there, frozen, I would say. MOU could be reactivated. All depends on the outcome of Ethiopia Somalia talks. Teddy Fan says, hi Sajid, don't you think that Jawar and Gaidu could be controlled opposition? I don't think so. It's not based on any information from inside, but I think Jawar and Gaidu had to flee Ethiopia. Had he not left Ethiopia by now, would have been in prison. He managed to leave Ethiopia. Though Gaidu is not trusted by Fano, by the way. It's not that all Fano groups trust Gaidu. Fano groups say that those who are fleeing the country, they don't have the right to lead Amharas. But yes, Gaidu, Jawar can play a role as genuine opposition, especially if PPLF joins them, if some other parties join too. I think opposition platform can be established. Opposition parties will have to start work from today. If they are waiting for the election day to be announced, perhaps they won't be able to pose a challenge to PMRB. They'll have to start working now. Jawar, I think, has realized that this is the time to start. So he's starting early. Others have no plan, by the way. Have you heard about activities of political parties inside, outside Ethiopia? They are sleeping, I would say. Maybe they think that RB is going to sweep once again, and there's no point in organizing their parties. But I think they should start now. Political activity is democratic right of people. If not in Ethiopia, outside Ethiopia, they can start their work, I think. One Love says, is it Somalia becoming proxy war battleground between Eritrea, Egypt versus Ethiopia? Well, uh, imagine that Somalia did not get any support from Eritrea and Egypt. Ethiopia signed MOU with Somaliland, vowing to implement it. Had Somalia not received support from Eritrea and Egypt, Perhaps Ethiopia might have implemented the MOU. I believe that Eritrea and Egypt helped Somalia a lot. Though definitely they helped Somalia to stop Ethiopia, but they helped Somalia. Somalia is letting its soil to be used against Ethiopia because Ethiopia wanted to gain access to sea by force through Somaliland. So their interests are aligned, I believe. The interest of Somalia and Egypt, Somalia, they're aligned. They have common interests, especially when it comes to Ethiopia. That is their allies. Well, if anyone is in touch with Yamasgan, I don't have his email. I wish I had his email because he left the channel uh, during the coverage of during my coverage of rallies in Amhara region. He was not happy with the way I covered that development. I don't have his email. I would like to contact him. He's a good man, uh, very staunch supporter of Fano, definitely. But maybe he'll return, hopefully. Pijo Bianchi says, Mr. Sajid, your great work is appreciated. Keep up long life. Thank you, Pijo. Med Madi is asking about Somaliland. What's your point of view about Somaliland's new government led by Abdirahman? Well, as regards the MOU, I believe that uh, Abdirahman government is less interested in implementing the MOU. Perhaps it's not seeing a possibility of the implementation of the MOU. If it pursues the MOU implementation, Somalia will put more pressure upon Somaliland. So we could see more interference in Somaliland by Somalia. That is why I think Abdirahman is very careful. His government has not taken any position on MOU so far. Maybe it is waiting for Ethiopia Somalia negotiations. But Mustafa Omar did a blunder. You know what happened in the Awale, Somali region, where now it is being confirmed that Ishaq clan members from Somaliland also died in the fighting. Somali regional security force members died too. Somali regional government says that Somaliland Ishaq clan members entered Somali region of Ethiopia and they killed civilians and they killed Somali Leo police members. People died on both sides, but Ishaq clan people died more, I think. And that really affected Ethiopia Somaliland relations. I think Abdirahman contacted Ethiopian authorities. Meetings were held yesterday. Mustafa Umar was called to Addis Ababa. So Mustafa, I think, committed a blunder, I would say. It would be difficult for Abdirahman government now to reconcile, at least with Mustafa Umar government. So nothing seems to be happening which can be called good for the implementation of MOU between Ethiopia and Somaliland. Now, Djibouti intervening. Djibouti is one of the very vocal opponents of MOU. Djibouti hosting Hassan Sheikh and Gideon Timotheus. All these developments indicate that we could not see real engaged with Ethiopians violent for about MOU, I think. Muni says, can we have fun today, Sajid? Tell us how you met your wife. Well, we have traditional marriages in our society. Most of the marriages are traditional marriages arranged by families. Sometimes uh, the couple are just new to each other, and we blindly trust the judgments of our elders. And generally, it proves correct. That's what I can say. Yeah, Biniyam, arranged marriage here means marriage decided by parents, family members, sisters, brothers, all join hands and they decide. Of course, you have your input as well. You can meet your future wife or husband, you can talk to them, but the process is initiated by family. So this is called arranged marriage. Beniam says, that's so brave. I just could not marry someone I don't know. Yeah, but sometimes it's fun, it's romance, it's exciting to know someone, to get to know someone, to understand someone after marriage, to adjust yourself to others. Sometimes it's really a journey, uh, a blessed journey. And at other times, that could be just the start of a miserable life as well. Faisal Muhammad's question says, are you in support of Muslims of Somalia or you support Habisha? I don't want to read the word he wrote. Faisal, religion has nothing to do with my reporting. I am a Muslim. I'm proud of it. But my religion taught me to speak the truth, no matter how bitter the truth is. Whether it's about Muslims, Christians, non Muslims, whatever the person is about which I'm talking, I must speak the truth. This is what I believe in. So, religion has nothing to do with my reporting. People say, Sajid, you oppose Somalia. Somalia is a Muslim country. Ethiopia is not a Muslim dominated government. You should support Somalia. We should come out of this frame of mind. Let's not be narrow. Let's just speak the truth. This is what matters the most. If we start speaking the truth, believe me, most of our problems will be solved. By the way, viewers, if any one of you knows a little bit about uh, how to increase the speed of a website, how to remove the errors shown on core web vitals of a website, do contact me. It was Moni, I think, who gave the idea of establishment of a website. I created News Addis. Mooney and some others, they said, Sajid, you should make a website which is impartial, neutral, just like your channel is, so that people can read neutral information about the Horn of Africa. And that is why I made newsedis.com. I have written 400 articles for this site so far. And several of you also wrote articles on newsedis.com. I am facing some problems about LCP, about FCP, about LCS. So if any of you has technical knowledge and he can help me out, do contact me through my Gmail, sajid6720000. No, Beniam, are you talking about my views on news.net or newsedis.com? Newsedis is not slow, but I believe that there are some issues, technical issues, and I cannot handle the issues because I don't have the time. I make 4 videos a day, then write articles too, and now I am developing some interest in investing in crypto as well. Bought crypto for a few $100 today as well. It's so much that I'm doing. It's difficult to take time out to understand technical issue and then solve it. One last question, then one the lecture. Ethiopia says, what would you think will happen if Fanos unite and fight in one command? Well, I think they have united a lot. If you compare today's Fano and Fano of last year, they have created a semblance of unity in the structure, I believe. On regional level, they're united. So if they came under one command, that would not exponentially increase their capabilities. Yes, it will improve their capabilities, but it won't lead to their just swift march to Addis. No, long way to go for Fano, I think. They should wait for the right time, I believe. They should try to just keep their energies, their tactics in store and wait for the right time. Mahad Ejama says, do you know your report is always one-sided in favor of Ethiopia? I don't know why you accuse me of being in favor of Ethiopia. Lenatus, I respond to your question at the start of the live chat. One last question. Freedom is not free, says Sajid. According to your expectations, Ola or Fano, who can control capital Addis Ababa first? Well, neither of them can control Addis in coming days, weeks, or months. Uh, Abi has a plan, by the way. I will do a video on that. I've been thinking for several days to do a video on Abi's military plan. He knows what Ola, Fano, and TPLF are doing. He has a counter strategy, uh, but I don't see any of them, TPLF, Ola, or Fano, controlling Addis tomorrow. With 46 minutes have passed, I think we should end the live chat. It was good to be with you. Thank you for joining this wonderful chat. I'll be back tomorrow with this week's last live chat. Uh, these interactions are the best part of the day for me. Sometimes I don't have important content for live chats, but I just come live so that I can chit chat with you. That just keeps me going. Thank you for backing me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you, uh, especially those of you who bought super chat stickers. Special thanks to Mooney, to uh, Chafo, and to uh, Alimayo. If I'm not wrong, the name was Alimayo, I think. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, bye.